Now on Spreaker Online Radio and via YouTube, it is time for afternoon cricket commentary. For the teams, the latest score and descriptions of play, let's join Matthew James Erskine.
Hello and welcome back here to Priors Flat. Shotley Bridge still batting here in the first innings, and they've just reached 146 for 8 in the 44th over here. And it's Tim May and Joe Gibson up at the crease. May 11 not out, on strike now to Tom Cant with the field spread on a sunny afternoon here. Driven high this time from a full ball up towards long off, where it's Stevenson who runs in down at our end and across to our left here and fields. So one more to the total there. The score goes to 147 now for 8. Cant moves in again now to Gibson this time. It's full and it's defended out to the offside. And that's the end of Cant's over there. He's takes his jumper off the umpire Allen down at this end. And Shotley Bridge 147 for 8. May is 12 and Gibson 8 not out. So just one batsman to come here, Phillips, for the visitors this afternoon. And since the men out so far are Milburn, Greenwell, Allen, Burden, Hall, Patterson, Andrews and Rowley. Rowley was the last man to fall. When the score was at 132, he was LBW to Paul Newton, trying to sweep the ball away, and that was Paul Newton's second wicket of the afternoon. So here he is about to take up the attack again in the sun at the far end. May's edged it, and it came out of Crichton's gloves there. In fact, I don't know if that was an edge or not, but it certainly bounced from a good length, and May was just moved into him as well, and May tried to play with a cross bat there and it went over the top, and Crichton just couldn't catch it up under his up at his ribs there. May drives high this time over his partner Gibson there and up towards the long on boundary, where it's Fletcher, I think, up on the top boundary there at long on, who fields that one and throws in. So one more to the total. We've got 2 deep square on the leg side, deep backward square and deep mid wicket, and there's a defensive shot from Gibson this time. He just pushes it back up to Newton, but a long off, a long on and a deep cover point down there on the house end. That's Dan Parker. Inside the circle we've got Cant the captain at mid wicket there, and Gibson's down the pitch this time driving, gets to the pitch with a long bat there and just he hits it straight back along the floor, and Newton gathers it. So there's no run there. Here's Newton again now in towards us, bowling to Gibson, the right hander. Just checks his run there, Newton, and bowls a slightly slower ball, but which Gibson manages to play square that time out to David Newton there at backward point, who picks up, and there's no run. So only Cant really catching close in. It's close straight mid wicket there, as in comes Newton again, a shorter one this time, and Gibson goes down the pitch and just plays it back to him again, and that's the end of the 45th over. So there's just 5 to go here in the first innings this afternoon at Priors Flat. Shotley Bridge batting first. The wickets have fallen at 10, 15, 51, 62, 78, 122, 123 and 132. 1 to Josh Renton, 1 to Matty Scott, 1 to Tom Cant, 2 to David Newton, 1 to James Percival, and Paul Newton has taken 2 as well. James Percival, indeed, he took the wicket of Patterson, the top scorer for Shotley Bridge. He played a nice innings of 46, and he was caught at the deep square boundary, pulling the ball away by Parker out there at the house end. Patterson was the 6th wicket to fall at 122 there, just before 25 to 4. Change of bowling now, Cant's off and Matty Scott's back on. Bowls now are over the wicket outside the off stump, and May slashes at that one a bit, and it's Percival who picks up there at extra cover, and there's no run. And Scott with his wicket to his name this afternoon. He's just about back to the end of his mark now. The sun's out again here. We've got a little more cloud now here at Priors Flat, as in goes Scott. Ball short this time, and May, the tall May, is able to get that one for one, just about 5 yards to the right hand side of extra cover, where James Percival that is, rushes round and picks up. So one more to the total. It's gone to 148 for 8. May's gone to 13. In fact, he's gone to 14. And the score goes to 149 for 8, Shotley Bridge. So just one or two singles getting away. Gibson's hit a 4 already through mid-wicket. There's an inviting gap between deep backward square and deep mid-wicket over to the right, over towards the house end, as Scott bowls now full, and it's chipped away up towards there, but just too far behind square, because it goes straight to Fletcher, who's over there by the house end, and he throws in now. So they've got one, and that's the 150 up for Shotley Bridge. 150 for 8. 150 for 8 in the 46th here. So 4 to go after this one. Here's Scott again now, about to move into bowl. Away from us, he goes in now and bowls over the wicket short, and it was a slower one and a big swipe at it there from May. He misses it, and it goes through on the bounce to Crichton, the wicket keeper. No run, and Crichton just rolls it back up here to Rainford. And here's Scott again now, gets the ball back. Looks like he's just got himself a new pair of cricket boots. They've got lime green soles on them as he runs in, and it's full on leg stump, and it's driven down. Here was a shot at the stumps at the bowler's end, and it was Rainford who threw it from mid-on there. It was a full ball, and May drove it straight up to Rainford there, and Gibson was looking for the run, but he was sent back by the tall Australian, the professional for Shotley Bridge, up at the top end there. He's a right-hander. He's 14 not out, 150 for 8, Shotley Bridge. Scott moves in again past umpire Allen and bowls full, and it's pulled away up towards Parker there at deep mid-wicket, who goes down with a long stop there and fields and throws in, and there's a single at the end of that last ball there, and umpire Allen just hands Scott his cap back. And the score now, with 4 overs to go in this first innings on a sunny but breezy afternoon here at Priors Flat, is 151 for 8, Shotley Bridge, with 4 overs remaining to add on as many as they can. May 15, Gibson 9. Rowley the last man out for a nice little innings of 31. Andrews before that, he took a massive swing. It was a straight ball, full and straight. He took a massive swing and just missed it. Bowled by Newton, and there's May trying to cut away this one from outside the off stump, and it didn't look wide enough there, and it goes through to Crichton, comes through to Crichton, I beg your pardon. He's standing up behind the stump, so we've got nobody close in really, apart from Kant there at straight mid-wicket to the left. Newton in towards us again and bowls, so a bit quicker, and it's looped up. There's going to be a catch. No, it's just over Kant's head there at mid-wicket, and he tried to pull that one away, did May. It was a good ball, a bit quicker, and it bounced, and it sort of took the top of the bat with him playing across the line there, but it went over Kant's head at straight mid-wicket. So we're back in with Newton. There was a run out of there as well. Gibson drives, and that one goes quick through to Kant there, but he fields it with a bounce in between at close mid-wicket. So Kant busy in this last couple of seconds here. Here's Newton again, getting to his over quick here. Bowles loops one up, and that's pulled out towards the deep mid-wicket boundary from outside the off stump, and it's Stevenson there up at in front of the advertisement hoarding for the Hexham Courant, who fields that one and throws in, and there's a single to the total. So with those 2 runs added, it's 153 for 8 in the 47th over here. Newton bowls quicker this time, and it's turned round the corner up towards the deep square boundary where Scott gathers it. They've come through for 1, and Crichton, it's thrown to Crichton at the wicketkeeper's end here. So it's 154 now for 8. And it's May who's gone to 17. A nice little partnership developing here for the second last wicket between these two. And there's runs here. It's driven up to Fletcher up at the top of the field there, at long on. He throws in, and they've got 1. And that's the end of the over. So 1 off the last ball there. 155 for 8 now Shotley Bridge with 3 overs to go. May 17 and Gibson 11. Phillips the man to come if a wicket should fall between now and the end, and it's going to be Matty Scott to take up the attack, as the tennis players are not the only sport going on here at Priors Flat this afternoon. The tennis players out in force across to the left there on the courts, and a couple of the more senior members there look like they've just finished a game, and a nice boater hat one of them's wearing there. I don't think he might actually not have been playing tennis. He doesn't look to have a racket in tow. But here's Scott again, bowling to Gibson, who's down the pitch, and it strikes him on the pad, and he's trying to get it away, and it just trickles out here to the onside, and Rainford picks it up from deep mid-on there, and there's no run. Got no spectators up at the scoreboard now. Might be a bit breezy up there, them trees behind, blowing about quite rapidly. But here's Scott again, bowling to Gibson, who swings this one up towards the wide long on boundary. Parker's in pursuit. He gets there now. They've come through for 2. He throws in, and it's to Scott the bowler. So 2 more added to the total there. Takes it to 157 for 8. So Parker's down at deep mid wicket there. Scott has got no protection over the head of Rainford here at deep mid-on. He bowls now, and a big swing, and that came off the toe end, and it shot back across the ground, and it's Scott who picks it up, but Gibson, he lashed at that one, and he was far too quick for the ball getting to him there, and it hit the toe end and came back like a bullet, spinning across the turf there. But here's Gibson again now, facing up to Scott. Bowls now, and that one's turned to the leg side, and it's Parker who's going to charge in from the boundary up to the circle, the 30-yard circle there to field, and there's just 1 to the total. 158 now for 8 Shotley Bridge. This partnership 27 now for the 8th wicket here, the 9th wicket here for the visitors. Parker moves back into position. We've got a long off in place, a third man as well. Scott bowls wide of the off stump, and May tries to reach that one, and even with his great big tall 6'2" plus frame there, he can't reach that one, stretching out to it, and there's no run. Crichton takes it behind the stumps. And here's Scott again. He's at the end of his run up. And he goes and bowls, and that's a big swing at that one, and it's gone through him, and Crichton takes it behind the stumps, and it looked like Scott maybe was going to appeal for that one, but that's the end of his over anyway, and it's 158 for 8 Shotley Bridge with 3 overs to go. I think it is, yeah, I think that says 49 on the scoreboard there. I'll just have a look through. Yep, 48 gone, so 2 overs to go now. The overs have just moved up there. The sun shining on the scoreboard over there does make it just a tad difficult, but that's where the binoculars come in to save the day. So, it's going to be Paul Newton here to bowl again, and he comes now, bowling to Gibson this time. A big swing at that one, and the bail has come off there, but I think Crichton knocked it off with his glove. Yes, and he played and missed, and Crichton got the ball, and there was no run there. So Crichton replaces the bail there, saves umpire Allen coming in. Now Newton's got the ball again. He's coming in to bowl towards us here. Gibson down the pitch, drives high up towards the long on boundary again, where Fletcher will come forward to meet that one. He throws into the top end there, the nearest end to him, and there's 1 more to the total. So Gibson moves to 15. The score goes to 159 for 8. 159 for 8, Shotley Bridge. Newton bowling to May, who's down the pitch, and he just about yorked himself there, and all he can do is push that one up for another single to Fletcher at long on at the top end there. He throws in again. So 160 now for 8. May's gone to 19. And it's the right arm Paul Newton to come in again over the wicket, bowling to Gibson, who takes a big step forward, and he chips this one over the top, and he'll not get 4 for it, he'll just get a 1. Down to Stevenson there, across to the left at the tennis courts at mid wicket. and he makes his way up to the top end as Gibson. So 161 for 8 now, and Gibson's moved to 16. Now here's Newton again, bowling to May, who swings high this time, drives it high up towards Renton there, up at the long off boundary, and again they just get a single. The ball comes floating in now and up to the top end, and there's just another one to the total there. 162 for 8 now, and May's gone to 19. Now here's Newton again, moves in. Gibson, a big swing, and he's bowled him. He's out, bowled this time, and it was always erring into him there, into his body, and it went through between bat and pad there, and he's gone, and the leg stump it is which leans back. So Gibson is gone. He's on his way back in now towards us here, and it'll be Phillips, the last one to go in for Shotley Bridge. So the score 162 for 9, and 3 wickets now for Paul Newton. So the Tynedale fielders all break up, and that was the end of Newton's over as well. So just 1 over to go here. Can Tynedale get the last bowling point here? 1 wicket to take for the home side here. Kant and Rainford are heading down here towards long off and long on. The smell of food drifting through for the tea break here. What time are we on? Just coming up to 4:15 here at Priors Flat. It's going to be Scott to bowl the last over here, the 50th. May on strike 19. There's a big inviting gap, a gap of about 30 yards between long on here, up and deep mid wicket. Kant's just filling that in now. He's just moved to his right a bit. Right down in front of us here. That's chipped over the top, and Parker it is who takes that one on the bounce. A nice running take there, and he throws it quickly up to Crichton. An excellent throw right above the stumps there, and May comes through for a single. 163 for 9 now. Kant sends Renton back outside the circle up to third man. May's gone to 20 with that one. Did I say 19 there? He's on 20. Phillips on strike. He's about to face his first ball here. And here he goes and pushes this for 1 up towards us here, towards Kant. But Rainford comes across from along off to field that one. And there's 1 more to the total. 164 now for 9 Shotley Bridge. So 4 balls left here. Can Tynedale take this wicket, or can May get a big shot away here? He tries for it, and a big swing and a miss outside the off stump, and he didn't get hold of it at all, and he was a long way from the ball there. He came right outside his leg stump and tried to stretch for it again, but he missed it, and it'll be Matty Scott who's seen that. Will he try the same again now? He just gets the ball now, has it in his left hand. Now he goes. In he goes, bowling to May. Scott bowls now. May tries to hit him, and he does high, but it on the bounce as a misfield. And the ball got stuck in the turf there, and that definitely stopped it from going for 4. It was Fletcher down there at deep square leg, so it was high and bounced, and he got his hands to it, and it scooted away from him, but he let it go, and it got stuck in a bit of grass there. It hit a divot or something, which definitely stopped it going over the boundary. So just 1 more to the total, a couple to the total there. 166 for 9 now, Shotley Bridge. Bowled wide, and it kept low outside the off stump this time, and May manages to get 1 into extra cover there, or cover point, and the score goes to 167 for 9 as we come up to the tea break here at Priors Flat. So Scott has the ball left again now. Here we go. In he goes. Past the umpire now, bowling to Phillips, who drives it up towards Kant here. They're going to get 1. They're coming back for 2. May's running it. Kant throws at the top end. And is he out? No, a chance of a run out at the top. Shake of the head from umpire Robertson. So they have to rest with 9 wickets down here. Tynedale, they couldn't get the last one there, but a thoroughly good bowling performance, especially at the start. They removed Three of Shotley's better batsmen at the top of the order there, 3 for 51. They removed the top, the first 3-4, and then there's been a wicket fall just about every few overs as we've gone through the afternoon. They've come at frequent intervals, but Shotley Bridge, a nice little partnership there at the end, for the 9th wicket it was, between May and Gibson. But the applause there for the Shotley batsmen as they come in. So they finish at 169 for 9 to Shotley Bridge. So Tynedale will need 170 to win, and they'll need to get them at just under 3.5 and over. So 3.5 and over for Tynedale to get the 170 to win this league game, the 17th of the season. But there we go. 169 for 9, the final scores. The players come off for the tee here. Milburn went first, that was at 10, then Greenwell at 15, 25 made by Allen, he went third wicket at 51, Burden for 6 at 62, that was the 4th wicket. Hall was the 5th wicket, 78, that went at. Then Patterson for a very well made 46 at 122 in the 36th over. That was the 6th wicket to fall. He was caught pull shot out to the deep square boundary by Parker, bowled by James Percival. Then Andrews was out at 123. Then Rowley at 132 for a nicely made 31. And then it was Gibson out as well for the 9th wicket there at 162. So that 30 partnership at the end for the 9th wicket there made Shotley's total here a bit better looking on the scoreboard, but 1 wicket to Renton, 1 to Scott, Cant got 1 as well, David Newton got 2, 1 to James Percival, and Paul Newton got 3 to make the 9 wickets there. But there we go, those 2 for David Newton. He's got now 171 wickets for Tynedale, and he's now moved above Dick Marshall in the Tynedale All Bowlers list, and just 1 behind MJK Robson now, and it was his and with those 2 wickets, I think it takes him to 18 for the season. So well done to him, and well done to his brother Paul there. Paul Newton, 3 wickets. And if you heard a little giggle there, that was Stacey right next to us. But it's time for tea here. We'll be back on at 5 o'clock here on Spooky Internet Radio on Cricket West Tyne. I hope you're enjoying your afternoon wherever you are, as the roller and the bush comes out onto the field now, onto the square to get it sorted for after tea. But there we go, I'll leave you till 5 o'clock with the players having tea here on just as we lose the sun once again here at Priors Flat. But Tynedale, they'll need 170 to win at just under 3.5 and over when they return, and we'll be back at 5 o'clock as we join the chase there and see if Tynedale can do it. But until 5, I'll speak to you again then.